How is it going? Welcome to another episode of the Fit Foodie Podcast, a place for plant-based foodies that want to get fit, lose weight, and elevate their lives, guys. In this episode, we're talking about vegan fitness Q&A. Got a couple topics that I want to touch on, specifically treats, supplements, building muscle on a vegan diet, and also meal planning tips to help you succeed with your vegan fitness journey. So let's go ahead and jump right in, guys. All right. Good stuff, guys. So we're gonna go ahead and jump right in. Today is just about vegan fitness Q&A. Got four topics specifically that I want to touch on. We got meal prep ideas on how to succeed with your meal prepping so that you're able to make progress in your fitness journey, enjoying your favorite treats, and how to do that when you are, especially when you're on a calorie deficit, trying to lose weight, how to include treats in your game plan so that you can make this sustainable, right? Make it something that works for you long term. The best supplements that I recommend, ideas on what supplements to take, the basics, the fundamentals that I think you should be really focusing on your vegan fitness journey. And then finally, building muscle and doing it properly on a vegan journey, on a vegan fitness journey, and how to do that right. So it is my hope and my desire that these lives and these episodes really bring value to you, and actionable value that you can use and implement so that you're able to make progress and able to see gains in your fitness journey, whether that's in the form of weight loss, in the form of feeling better and more confident in your own body. And it is my hope that these lives and these episodes do that for you so that you can make progress and enjoy a successful vegan lifestyle, plant-based lifestyle, whether you are new to this, transitioning, or you are years into the game of being a vegan. My hope is that you're able to get value from these videos and these lives so that you can see progress and enjoy the journey, right? So let's go ahead and jump right in, guys. The first topic I want to jump on is meal prepping ideas. So as you guys already know, part of the game in fitness, whether you're following a vegan diet or not, is doing meal prep and doing it right, right? Doing it the right way. And I want to share with you guys what I've been doing recently on meal prepping as it relates to doing it to keep things simple and allowing you to make meals that keep you full, that are satisfying, that are absolutely delicious, to make it super easy to maintain progress, maintain consistency, right? Because ultimately that's what it comes down to, right? Being consistent day in and day out, week in and week out, as best as you can, right? I'm not saying you got to be perfect every single day, but you do have to be consistent over the course of days and weeks and even a couple of months, depending on your specific fitness goals, right? So, what I want to share with you guys is simple, high protein, vegan meal prep idea that you can implement starting today, starting tomorrow, starting right as soon as you can make your next grocery trip, right? And that is vegan power bowls. Guys, power bowls. This is specifically focusing more on lunch and dinners, which tend to be where people tend to focus a lot of their meal prep, work on. Breakfast tends to be easy, right? Especially if you do like things like oatmeal, something that takes a few minutes to prep. You could easily do a protein oatmeal, just oatmeal, protein powder, cook that up or microwave it or set it in the fridge overnight. Top it with your favorite berries and peanut butter is what I like to do. Easy, 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 right? With the power bowls though, with lunch and dinner, creating these power bowls allow you to eat a lot of high volume, nutrient rich food. That's the combination you want to go for, right? High volume, nutrient rich, which allow you to eat a lot of food, stay full, provide your body with the fiber, with the protein, the nutrients that it needs, while keeping the calories low enough to stay in a deficit and allow you to shed body fat if that's your goal, to lose weight, right? So the key is high volume, nutrient rich, fiber rich, protein rich food. So here's a game plan. If you want a simple idea for a structure and framework on how to do power bowls, this is what you do, right? So begin with the protein base, a primary plant-based protein. So something like, let's just use tofu as an example because tofu is easy to flavor and to marinate, right? So let's just say tofu, right? So you're gonna get about 30 grams of worth of protein worth of tofu, which is about half a block or so of super firm tofu. And you could cube it up, you could season it up. Salt, pepper, garlic, onion is a great base to start with. From there, you could add whatever other seasonings you like and set that aside, right? And you always want to start with a base of pick a greens. I like shredded romaine. You could do uh, spring mix. You could do spinach. There's kale, stuff that's already pre-cut, so you don't have to do any prepping, right? Put that as your base, right? And then in a separate bowl, you could either saute or have, if you wanted something a little quicker, you could microwave, right? A big bowl, a big serving of veggies, especially if you get the kind that are already pre-packed, so that you do less cutting, right? Season that up. Again, salt, pepper, garlic, onion, or your favorite seasoning. Aminos are a great one. Coconut aminos, maybe some spices in there to make it spicy. Mix it up with your tofu. Put that on top of your greens. You can even add like a low calorie or 0 calorie dressing or sauces on top. And then you're good. You got a nice base for a power bowl, which you can do right. Greens, veggies, tofu, seasonings, and sauces are going to be your go-to. Guys, the meal prep, the prep amount of time that it takes to do this is super fast, super quick, and it makes it easy to enjoy big, high volume food, which keeps you full, provides you protein, provides you fiber, provides you nutrients, and it makes it easy to stick to a meal plan and stick to your plan, whether you're trying to lose weight, in this case, trying to shed body fat or, build muscle, right? So power bowls are the way to go, guys. Keep your meal prep simple. No need to complicate it with these elaborate recipes. I mean, once in a while, maybe, but you really don't need to do these elaborate recipes to stay consistent to reach your fitness goals on a vegan diet. So, power bowls, guys, power bowls are the way to go. Second topic I want to jump on as we continue with this Q&A is how do I include treats into my plan and still continue to make progress? So, guys, this is absolutely a yes. If you've ever been the kind of person that been like, well, I can't include my favorite treats. Like I really like my ice cream bars or, a couple cookies for dessert or, you know, treats like that. If you ever thought that you had to restrict all that and not do it at all, then that's probably why you've yo-yoed in the past or you've, been too restrictive here in your mind and you felt like I can't have these foods. And so you end up not having them and really wanting them. And then one day you just say, forget it. And you end up having them and you feel like you ruin your diet. And it's just a sad yo-yo cycle. I know because I'm speaking from experience, right? I've done that where I felt I had to restrict and do all that in order for me to be successful. But you can absolutely include your favorite treats. Guys, I'm going to use a simple example here. Let's say you bought a pack of vegan chocolate chip cookies, right? There's a pack of, I don't know, 50 cookies, right? Maybe you want to include 3 or 4 of them for dessert, right? Every night. You absolutely can. Let's say those 3 to 4 cookies provided 250 calories. They're satisfying, they're big, they're chunky, they're chocolatey, and they satisfy your sweet tooth, right? You can absolutely include that as part of a meal plan as long as you account for them. That's it, right? You know it's going to be 250 calories. You know it's going to provide a certain amount of protein, carbs, and fats, mostly carbs and fats because it's cookies, right? Unless you made them yourself. But to keep it simple, let's say they're store-bought, right? You just put it in as part of your meal plan, right? It can absolutely be part of the plan. Another idea is maybe like an ice cream bar, right? You buy the package of ice cream bars from the store, and it already tells you the amount that each bar contains, the calories, the fats, the carbs, the protein. You just account for it and then include it in your plan. It's not as long as it's not taking a huge chunk of your allotted calories for the day, you can absolutely include them. There's no need to feel guilty or no need to feel that if you have these foods, you're not going to make progress. Yes, you can. And I think it's actually helpful. It actually helps you to maintain consistency on a meal plan so that you can see progress over the long run, right? Having your favorite treats is it can be worked into a plan that you enjoy and you can have them every day. No need to restrict, right? So that's my take on treats. You don't have to do it. You can if you want to, if it's your thing, if that's something you feel you have to include, you can do it on a daily basis or even do it every couple of days. But if it's you're like, you know what, I'm not a treats kind of person, I'm not a sweets person, that's not my kind of thing, then you don't have to do it. And that just means you get to have more food, more fruits, veggies of the whole nutritious foods during the day. But don't feel that you need to leave treats out, guys. So Moving right along, guys. The next topic, next question is all about building muscle on a vegan diet, guys. Can I build muscle eating a plant-based diet? The short answer is absolutely you can. It doesn't matter the diet, really. You could build muscle on any diet. I mean, as long as you're eating food, the key is eat and train. That's really a formula. And you could be doing this on any diet. As long as you're eating food on whatever diet you're on and you're training your muscles, you can build muscle. Now, let's specifically focus on a plant-based vegan diet, right? So you want to make sure, again, you're getting adequate amount of protein for your specific body, mostly whole food, nutritious foods. And as long as you're doing that, but you're eating enough, because in order to put on muscle, you have to be eating more than your body burns on a daily basis, and your body's going to take that extra food and turn it into muscle tissue, and over time, be able to pack on muscle, right? So you absolutely can. Now, with that said, the easy answer is yes, but it does take work. It's not something that you're just gonna see, in a month. You're like, oh, next, I see all this muscle, packing on my body after 30 days. It does take time. And it takes consistent effort. Again, there's that word consistency, right? And you really got to push yourself in the gym. Now, you don't need to kill yourself in the gym. You don't need to be going 6 days a week. 3 to 4 days is enough. As long as you're doing full body workouts or a workout plan that targets, upper body, lower body, and you're pushing weight and you're really pushing yourself in the gym and making progress over the weeks, and you're combining that with eating plenty of food, then you're going to put on muscle. That's the formula, guys. And it's just a matter of putting those two pieces together, and you absolutely can put on muscle. The key again is just eat more food than your body burns, and your body's going to use the extra calories and extra protein, carbs, and fats to put muscle on. You'll also put a little bit of fat on because you're eating more food than your body burns. But if you do it right, you'll put on about the same amount of muscle as you do body fat, but you can pack on muscle on a vegan diet. And there's, if you're on social media nowadays, right, and you follow vegan athletes and bodybuilders, you see that it's absolutely 100% doable, totally doable. So moving on, guys, the last topic here, guys, is I want to chat a little bit about a question about what vegan supplements are recommended or you can take. I'm going to share with you guys just kind of the fundamentals, the basics. I mean, there's many out there. And first off, the word supplement obviously is these are things that you do that you take to supplement a healthy, balanced diet. And they're not meant to, like, for example, you're not just going to take a multivitamin and say, there, I got my vitamins, and then eat whatever you want, right? They're just meant to kind of fill in the gaps and supplement an already healthy, balanced diet. So if you're eating nourishing, nutritious, breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks with your occasional treats here and there, then the supplements are meant to just fill in that gap, right? So some of the basics that I recommend on a vegan diet, number one is B12 and vitamin D3, right? Unless you're out, B12 is kind of really on any diet is recommended, just supplement, right? Just take B12 supplement. And then as far as D3, especially if you're not outside a lot and getting a lot of sunshine on your skin, then it's highly recommended that you take D3. I live here in Las Vegas where it's sunny many days out of the year, but even still, I'm not outside a lot where I work. I'm in my classroom right now. I'm in here teaching students. There's no windows, there's no sunlight. I go outside here and there, but most of the work day and work year, I'm indoors. Although I try to be mindful about getting sunshine, but I still take vitamin D3 as a backup, right? I take a vegan multivitamin, which contains B12 and D3, but also other nutrients are included because it's a multivitamin, right? But the main focus here is B12 and D3, right? The second kind of, there's others that I recommend, especially if you're on a fitness journey, and that's creatine. 5 grams a day is what I recommend. Creatine is the most studied supplement ever, and it's proven to be safe, useful, beneficial for muscle building, for strength, and it's useful really on any diet. But creatine is another supplement that I recommend that I take. And the third one, as a fundamental, is protein powder. There are many vegan options for protein powder out there. And this is not like a necessity, but it is highly recommended because it makes it so much easier to get more protein throughout the day. And there's so many good flavors out there. You can use protein powders in many different ways across different types of foods and meals. It's just an easy way to do it, convenient way to get more protein into your diet. There's many good quality protein powder brands out there, and one that I recommend. I also, those are the fundamentals that I think you should focus on, but I also take an extra omega fats supplement. So you guys know omega 3s. A lot of people tend to, on the non-vegan diet, recommend fish oils and salmon. Obviously, as a vegan, I don't do that and we don't do that. So a high quality vegan plant-based omega 3 supplement, I also take that just to ensure, even though I'm eating foods that contain omegas and fats, just taking another one to kind of fill in the gaps and make sure that I'm getting that omega fatty acids in my diet, essential fatty acids, right? And then something based on individual preferences, my wife and I also take a probiotics just for gut health. Again, not because, it's the vegan diet's lacking, but it's just for our own preference. It's kind of our option, our choice to take a probiotics. But the basics are definitely B12, vitamin D3, or a vegan multivitamin, creatine for the fitness journey, and protein powder to make it easy to fill in your protein for the day. So those are the basic supplements. And on top of that, there are many other options, other supplements that you can explore and take. But I just want to touch on the basics to make sure that you're seeing if that's something that can work for you, and try exploring these and include them as part of your routine if you're not already doing it. Number one, though, above all else for sure, is B12, D3. Focus on that, a good vegan multivitamin at least, right? And again, it's not because the diet is lacking in any way. I mean, there's people who are on various types of diets, meat eaters, omnivores, plant-based, vegetarian, who take supplements for the same reasons, right? To fill in gaps, to get certain nutrients that they want to boost or get, into their diet on a daily basis. So that's all about supplements, guys. So if there's that pretty much wraps it up, guys. If there's any topics that you want me to cover on these lives, on these podcast episodes, go to my Instagram, Luis, Luis underscore R Medrano, Luis underscore R Medrano. Shoot me a message. Let me know what topics you want to hear, what other questions you want to hear about being a vegan, about the vegan lifestyle, losing weight, feeling great, building muscle, maybe more about meal prep ideas. Just let me know what kind of topics do you want to hear for our next Q&A. And also, if you go to my page on my Instagram page, I have a free resource for you called the Vegan Meal Planning for Weight Loss Cheat Sheet. It gives you the simple steps that you can use so that you know how to plan your meals to easily shed body fat. And you can go to my link in my bio and download that free resource. Hit that follow button if you haven't already, guys. And I hope you enjoyed this. Again, my goal with these lives and these episodes are to provide you with actionable steps and actionable things that you can do to help you elevate your vegan fitness, whether you're new, transitioning, or a veteran in the vegan fitness lifestyle game, just to up level and really take it to the next level. I hope you found this valuable. Hope you found it useful. I will see you in the next live. I will see you in the next episode. Much love, peace, and I'll talk to you on the next one.